Hi folks, it's Adam from Hello Meeple. We're here today having a quick look at Age of War by Reino Knizia, published by Fantasy Flight. It's a dice pooling and set collecting game for between 2 and 6 players. I've only ever played 2 player, but I imagine 6 players is going to be just as fun. You are a feudal daito in ancient Japan and you're here to take over various castles. So in this game the castles are separated into districts, so you've got 4 yellow, 3 grey, 2 black, 2 red, 2 purple and 1 green, and what you're trying to do is collect these entire sets to score points. Now, the way a turn works is you'll get these dice with, so we've got a horse symbol, a daito mask, there is a bow and arrow, then the other sides are 1 sword, 2 swords and 3 swords, and you're looking to match what's on these particular cards, and it's 1 unique roll per line. So for example, you roll first of all, so before you decide which castle you want to attack, you can roll your dice. So let's see what we've got. So I've got plenty of swords, I've got a daito mask, I've got a horse, and I've got a bow and arrow. So I take a look at these and think, right, what do I want to go for? Now, straight off the bat, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can't get that one. That's out of the way. But I'm thinking, right, I'm going to try and go for these yellow ones because these seem to be the bigger points. So I will put 5 of my swords here. Now, there's also, bow and arrow and two cavalry, but it's a unique roll per line. So that's me covered that first line. So I roll again. Cool. So I've only got 1 cavalry, but I do have 1 bow and arrow, which goes in there. So I'm looking for 2 cavalry. So in this case, I rolled no cavalry. So I discard the dice and try again. I got 1, but I need to get 2 at the same time, so he goes away. So now I need 2 out of 2. And I failed, so I just get my dice back. Then it's my opponent's turn, and she'll do the same thing as me. So what you're looking to do is match the symbol. So let's just say I got this one. My dice rolling is terrible, so nobody would believe that I would get it anyway. But anyway, so if you're successful matched all the symbols, you would then take this into your hand, and that would now be yours. And like I said, the next player would roll and get to choose. The game's over when these are all gone. Now, as mentioned at the start, each of these castles are in a district, as it were. So I could start collecting these for the individual points that are in front of them. But if I get all of them, they will then collect together and be 1 10-point score. So you don't get the scores in front. So the other reason why you'd want to collect a complete set, say for example I had 3 out of 4 of these, and say my opponent had 1. So at the moment this is only worth 6 points, it's worth 1 point to them. We know that if we complete the whole set, we're going to get 10 points. What you can do on your turn, after you roll, instead of picking one of these ones in the middle, you can then actually try and take over one of your opponent's castles. You'll do this by having to roll the same thing that they had to roll to get theirs. However, you also have to roll an additional mask, and this is separate, so this is a separate line to that. So say for example it was my turn, I've got these 3 bad boys, and I'm like, right, I want to get this last one, so I would roll my dice. Right, cool, let's get this started. So I've got my mask. We'll bring this up here, just so it's a wee bit easier to see. So that covers that. So now with the rest of the dice, I have to try and match the rest of them. So yep, so we've got the cavalry. And no good there, so let's try again. We've got the bow and arrow. So now I've got 3 dice to try and get 1 more daito mask. And I succeed. So this would then immediately come into my possession. These would wrap up to be 10-point score, and these can't be taken anymore. And the same for Kumato, that's 1, so the minute you get that, you flip it over and it can't be stolen. So the game itself will play maybe between 10 and 30 minutes, just depending on how much stealing is going on, how many players, obviously. It's a good, simple game. The rules themselves, very light, but there can be a lot of strategy involved, and I think things like that are quite good. Similar to our other review on Game of Thrones, good starter game, just kind of loosens up the gaming muscles. Definitely would recommend it. I love a wee dice rolling game, even though I am absolutely terrible at it. But yes, so that is Age of War. I'd highly recommend it. Check the link in the description for where to buy it. Thank you.